Do it all in a moment.
Hey, my girl, country girl, how are you guys doing? Hope you guys can hear me real good. Let me go ahead and get everything set. Country girl says, good afternoon, unapologetic, real talk, and true tellers. Guys, I hope you guys can hear me real good. Give me a thumbs up. Let me go ahead and see if I can load the music down because we are about to have school today, okay? Yes, indeed. We're going to go ahead and break down all the stuff that is going on with the copyright strikes and I mean people losing channels right here. This is going to be called Copyright 101. Okay, so let me check and see if everything is together to make sure. Let me see because I want to make sure that I'm not freezing because last time I was freezing. So let me know, guys. So I'm finna go ahead and load the music down some. Hold on one second. So, guys, welcome to Unapologetic Real Talk. Happy blessed Sunday to all that is coming on. I see my girl says, "Child, I have been out touching grass." I know that's the truth. I know that's the truth. But oh my God, when I spoke that prophetic word that it was time to go ahead and cut grass, who would have thought that I would be in the corner all by myself? But no, long as I know that me, the Father, the Holy Ghost, and God always have people that's got my back, that's good enough. That is good enough. So you can hear me real good. Give me thumbs up if you can hear me real good, because I want to go ahead and talk about a lot of stuff that is going on when it comes to these YouTube streets, and to all my African friends that's out there in Kenya. Look, guys, I hope that this right here, that you can take something from this, because it's enough room for all of us. It's enough room for all of us. And I just want to make sure that we get the right information when it comes to all the stuff that is going on when it comes to the reactors. One thing about reactors, man, like I say, they are not going nowhere. Reactors are not going anywhere. But like I said, we get the end of the stick. So I want to show you guys the right way to do it, because trust me, I can't tell you anything that I have not been through. Trust me, I was demonetized and had to end up, well, YouTube didn't tell me what videos to go ahead and take off. So I went ahead and I took off at least about 500 videos. But it really hard on your channel when you take down those videos, because you lose your hours. And I mean, it's just a mess. I remember, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was like last week where they say, "Oh, you ain't got no views." Honey, I had some views. Trust me. I can show you. I even made a video. Go and look at those videos, all the viewers that I did have. So trust me, I had a lot of views. But like I said, I went ahead and took down a lot. So you can hear me real good. I see Stylist Gia's in the house. She says, "Hey, Lady D and chat." Yes, indeed, guys. Also, I'm going to do a live round about 5 o'clock. I'm going to go ahead and give a prophetic word, especially when it comes to our people. I truly believe that this right here, this is the army that the Most High God is raising. It's time for us to rise up. We've been asleep for so long. So make sure you go ahead and check out that live that I'm gonna do at 5 o'clock, and I'm gonna start, doing exactly what the Most High God is putting in my spirit. I'm not going to be timid, and hold back. I'm just going to let God and let go. So, guys, as you can see right here, what I'm about to do a breakdown. It's so much stuff that is going on. I don't know if y'all have been following. Like I said, we got friends all over the world, especially when it comes to the motherland. Oh my God. And it's so much stuff is going on. Channels are being strike down, and people are threatening people, and it's just a lot. So I hope that what I'm about to say, guys, all this right here is going to be a lesson learned. So right here, what we doing right today, we are teaching, guys. We are teaching. So what I want you to do, those that are listening, those that channels have been affected, even though we may put this up, but I still want you guys to go ahead and put this up. Let me see if I can go ahead and post it, because YouTube have started things. I mean, so much stuff that I have not. It's not YouTube, it's StreamYard. So let me see if I can post this. So make sure you post your fair use, because you have the right. It's within the YouTube guidelines. You have the right. But I'm gonna give you the pros and the cons. But every time when you do reaction video, make sure you post your fair use. I usually, as you can see on my banner, is going across my banner for the fair use. So let me go ahead and read it. I use it every time when I come on live. I just make sure that I cover myself to stay within the YouTube guidelines. So let me go ahead and read it, because this right here should be like a Bible to you guys, especially when it comes to posting the fair use. Okay, so I hope, guys, that someone can take a piece out of what I am talking about. Okay, so let me see if I can go ahead and read. This is what I read all the time. I also post it all the time. As you can see, the copyright disclaimer. So make sure you put your disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism. Criticism. So you would come on, like I said there, and say, you if you given your commentary is within a fair use copyright disclaimer, yes, you can criticism. You can criticize, comment, news reporting. Now, when it comes to criticism, is not to use your platform as a bullet pit. Okay, you cannot do that. You can't use it as a bullet pit. But make sure if you are giving your commentary, and you getting it from a third party, always say allegedly. Always say allegedly. Always say for entertainment purpose only. That's just to go ahead and cover you. So you have the right. I am talking to uh, content creators, reactors, the ones that comes on and give their commentary reactors. So news reporting. You are news reporting. You may not, have a degree in news reporting, but bloggers, they can report, make sure that it is within fair use. Scholarships, also in research. So make sure you go ahead and research, don't just out there, trying to assassinate someone's character. Make sure that, you have facts, make sure your facts. And if you want to come out and do satire comedy, make sure that you say for entertainment purpose only. Okay. So make sure that is should be your number one thing to do when you come online, that you put your fair use up there. Okay, make sure that you go and you do that. Okay, so let me go ahead and read some. Oh, hey, my girl, speak with your girl Marcella. She's in the house, and also Gail Francis is in the house. Hey guys, happy blessed Sunday. Thank you all for coming on. Okay, so this right here, I am giving a class, guys. I am just giving just a little small class. I'm not going to be here too long, talking about the copyright guidelines, the things that we should do, and the things that we shouldn't do. Okay, so I went ahead and make sure when YouTube send you information when it comes to the guidelines, the community guidelines, make sure you read it. Don't just skip through it, because trust me, it can cost you just about everything that you went ahead and you worked hard for. You could end up losing it all. You do not want to, especially when you get those cease and desist letters, ignore them, because like I said, we can use Tasha K as the poster child. I remember when Tasha K went ahead and she came online. She's a big old YouTube blogger. I mean, she has millions of subscribers. And when she was getting those letters, she actually came out and said that when she get those cease and desist letters, that she use it as if it's tissue paper. Now, it's not exact words, but she wiped her tail with those cease and desist letters. Don't do that. Don't do that. When you get those deceased letters, make sure you read it and you respond to it. They tell you to take down your videos, take down your videos. Don't argue it with it, because that is their content. There is their content, and I'm going to show you the right way to do it and the wrong way to do it. Now, I'm not going to do it the way that someone that was trying to help me to get my channel back. I'm not going to tell you to go ahead and do some foolish things. I'm going to tell you the right way, how YouTube told me to go ahead and do it. So I went ahead and I pulled up some things to let you guys know the pros and the cons when it comes to fair use. Okay, so all the ones that have lost their channels, you know exactly who I am talking about. The ones that have gotten so many strikes on that channel. YouTube, usually they give you three. Once you get 3 strikes, your channel is completely gone. Now, when you get 2, I think you can go ahead and you can appeal it. Many times when I had got some strikes, they allow you to appeal it, or they give you a training. I like to just go ahead and do the training. The training is like, you just take, like, I think it's like 30 seconds a training of what to do and what not to do within the guidelines. And after that, they give you like 90 days. Once the 90 days is over, they go ahead and they remove the strikes. But make sure, read the guidelines. Read the guidelines, guys, especially when you have worked so hard for your channel. Okay. So let me see if I can pull myself back just a little bit. And let me see if I can raise myself up back a little bit so I can go ahead and read some of the stuff because I'm gonna be I can't see, guys. So I'm gonna make sure that I can be able to read. So, like I said, my prayers is going out to all the ones that had worked so hard. You guys know exactly who you are that have lost your channels, and also the ones that have gotten so many strikes because I mean, YouTube is not playing anymore. Okay, YouTube is not playing anymore when they giving those strikes, especially when it comes to reactors. Now they looking for people that have a brand or people that's really got millions of subscribers. They going to go ahead and protect that. Okay, but when you just a little small channel, I promise you they just going to go ahead and take you off, but you still cannot use your platform as a bullet pulpit. And we're going to go ahead and talk about it, especially when it comes to Ayamawa, how now he got his little people out there going around and striking and reporting channels. That's going to affect him as well. So that's why I said, when you dig one ditch, you better make sure that you dig another one for yourself because it might end up biting you. So by he's coming out, and now he's feeling like, oh, he's top of the world because he have all, these reactors, their channels is pretty much gone, but still evolve. You never bite the hand that feed you because just because you went ahead and you got their channels down, all you're doing is just opening up a can of worms because you better make sure that your hands are clean as well. You better make sure your hands are clean as well because it's a lot of things that you went ahead and you filmed, especially when they had children. That's you cannot have kids out there working, and if they got content and videos of you have on your channel that you got small children, underage that is working and kids that's talking about that they have not getting paid and all types of stuff that was going on, you have to be careful as well because, like I said, what goes around comes around. Okay. So sometimes, you just have to be careful how you thinking that you're going out there and tearing down people channels and your hands is just as dripping as well. Okay. So make sure, and some people they especially when they have a big, huge platform, they don't want to go ahead and get into all that because they rather just, hey, warn this person and tell this person, look, you better stop it, and they pretty much move on because you don't want to open that can of worms for yourself as well. So let me go ahead and give you some of the stuff that I went ahead and I pulled up. Okay, so like I said, this right here is a lesson learned. We all been through it. All of us been through it. When it comes to our channels. Okay, so this right here, what I am going to go ahead and give you, I'm going to give you the pros and the cons when it comes to setting up your channel and not really setting up your channel, but the guidelines of what you can post and what you cannot post. Now, we already know when it comes to your original work, you cannot get a strike from your original work. When you're going out there and you working hard, your boots on the ground and you making videos, music, artwork, that's your intellectual property. So you don't have to worry about people going around and saying, oh, I'm gonna strike your channel because that is your work. Okay. Also, when it comes to public domain, okay, so what that means that your intellectual property, that's your domain, that's your work, so no one cannot come against that as well, and they cannot use it. Okay, because you are licensed, you are a content creator, so people cannot say, oh, I want to go ahead and I'm going to use their content, and just pull it off of YouTube. You cannot do that. You have to ask that person, and if that person does not respond, just don't mess with it. Now, like I said, is a way, but make sure if you do use clips, don't sit there and say, oh, I'm going to from all the way from the beginning all the way to the end and I'm going to use these people content. It's not going to work like that, because like I said, They worked hard for that. So the best thing, and this is like I said, I have gotten it straight from the facts. I went ahead on Twitter and I had formed a friendship with someone that affiliated with all this stuff right here. When you wants to use content, and if these people are content creators themselves, do not go on their page and pull it off. The best thing to do, if they have like Instagram or Google or other different sites, you can use maybe a little few clips, within the copyright guidelines. You can go ahead and use that, or you can go ahead and you use still pictures. So if you use a little clips, because no, like I said, in that case, everybody's channel will be down, even when it comes to big old news outlets, they use these clips, but most likely they go ahead and they get paid, they pay them for it. But within the copyright guidelines, if you're going to use it, this is how I do it. I usually go ahead, even if I pull it off of another site, I fuzz it up, or make it like try to mess the picture up, something like that. Don't have it just looking just like they went ahead and posted. So I think you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. So also when it comes to like I said, that's their license, they are content creators. So copyright doesn't protect raw facts. Also it says you can use this but not someone else specific expression of them. So that's what I was talking about. Just try to go ahead and you can use it within the copyright guidelines. Okay. So also it says fair use and dealing limited cases. So in some countries, you might use copyright material without permission for purposes like criticism, which I went ahead and I read that to you, commentary and education or news reporting. So some countries, they allow it to happen, and some countries they don't. So make sure that you are within your copyright guidelines to, use short clips or something like that, which, uh, it's, it's, you don't have to worry about your channel being strike. Okay. So those are all the dues. And also when YouTube went ahead and they demonetized me, for reuse content. So when they say reuse it, they're going to show you like a traffic, and that's how they're going to go ahead and describe it. It's just like when you are in traffic and the traffic is backed up and so many cars, where they moving so slow. So that's what they call reuse. So what YouTube is saying, that so many people is using the same content on their channel. So that right there, that's a flag right there. Even though I remember when I was on Bigo and I used to use of someone's content, they gave me the permission. Yes, they gave me the permission that I can use their content, but YouTube still went ahead and they flagged it. And the reason why they went ahead and they flagged it, because so many people was using the same footage, the same clips. So right there, it put a red flag. So the best thing to do, like I said there and say, when you use the content creator, make sure that you get permission. Just don't go and post it, on your channel. I see Gail says, wait, reuse your own content. Yeah, not reuse your own content, Gail. No. I'm talking about reusing other people content. You can reuse your content when you want, but you cannot sit there and say, oh, I'm going to reuse my content, with from the beginning to the end and monetize off it. No, you cannot get monetized off of the same content, even if it's yours. Just say right now, if I want to go ahead and I want to reuse this live right here from the beginning to the end. No, you cannot do that because you're getting paid double. But I can take shorts, I can take clips, and I can put, shorts and clips, like a minute or something, on my shorts. I can do that, yes. But I cannot reuse my own content from the beginning to the end. I cannot do that, but I can take clips. Okay, so that's exactly what that means. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue with that. So all that right there is in the copyright guidelines, and trust me, some people, for this simple information, they want to sit there and charge you for it. Trust me, you getting it right here free of charge. Okay, and that's real talk, unapologetic and non-biased. So guys, make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. Let me see if I'm freezing, because last time I was sitting here for almost a whole hour, and trust me, I was freezing. Okay, so guys, if you can hear me real good, make sure that you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me real good. Don't have me up here looking bad, guys. So that right there, guys, that is the pros. That's what you are allowed to do. Okay, but make sure that it is in the copyright guidelines. Okay, so don't go, please do not go on YouTube. Don't go on YouTube and pull these people content off it, their channels, and then use it against them. That is a no, no, no. I don't care if you are within the YouTube guidelines. If they said that they want you to take that content off, go ahead and take it off. And that's real talk. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's talk about the things that you cannot do. Okay. So let me see if I went ahead and post the stuff that you cannot do. Okay. So I'm not going to be here too long, guys. I just wanted to go ahead and share this with you because, my God, I know it's hard, but like I said, these are YouTube guidelines, and you have to go ahead and you have to follow it. Okay. So if someone uh, commentary, not commentary, they content that you want to use, just go ahead and ask that person, email them. And if they give you permission, then at least you have it in writing, even if it's an email. So if they decide they go ahead and take you to court, at least, you got that information that they went ahead and they gave you the permission. But if they don't give you the permission, guys, especially when you do reacting videos and, try to go ahead and call them out, it's that's a no. They're not going to let you use their intellectual property to go ahead and talk bad about them. I wouldn't even let you do that, and it makes me upset too, especially that I am in this love and marriage Huntsville sector. I saw so many content creators where they go and they pull these people content off of their channels, and then they use it against them, and they still doing it today, and they will brag and tell you, oh, I got so many followers, I done made so much money, but they're not creative. They are not creative because all they are doing is using someone else's intellectual property and placing it on their channel, and they monetizing it off, and they think it's right. No, they even think that, just because they talk over it, just because they talking over it, they think that's still right. No, that's not right, because if that person wants to come on and flag you, then you out of luck. YouTube is going to side with the people that went ahead and took the time and made that video. So the best thing to do, guys, if you're going to go ahead and you're going to use other people, and I'm telling you guys this out of love. I'm not telling you guys just because, hey, I want to be mean. I'm telling you guys out of love because I went through it before. If you're going to use it, make sure it's not on YouTube. Make sure that it's on other sites, but make sure that it is fuzzy, or you use like a still picture. And if you are a content creator, then show people what you're working with. Hey, I can show you a still picture right now, and I promise you, I can talk it through. I don't need to have them to uh, come out and show their videos. No, I can talk it through. That's what content creators do. Okay, so all this right here is just a lesson learned, and sometimes you have to ask yourself, is it worth it? I don't think it's worth it, especially when you getting up day in, day out. This is not easy. It may look like it's easy. People are saying, they say, all she doing or he doing is just sitting behind the computer. No, it takes work, because you have to research. You have to make sure that you edit those videos. You have to make sure that you put on the work. So, it takes work. It takes time. It takes time. So if you are a content creator, just like I just said, show people what you are working with. Okay. And that's real talk. So let me see if I can pull up some more, because go on and make sure that you study that, look at it as if it's your Bible, if this channel means a lot to you, and some people, this is their livelihoods. This is all they have. So if this is your livelihood, if this is you know, you putting in the time, look at it as a job. Okay. Look at it as a job, and its rules and its regulations. You cannot go on anybody's job and think that you can plagiarize, or you can sit there and take somebody else's work and get credit for it. Okay. So I know it's hurt, but this is the YouTube guidelines. Okay. So we right here, we trying to avoid all those copyright strikes. And trust me, I've been there. I cannot tell you what I have not been through. Yes, I do it. I'd be telling you a lie, but do not get it off of YouTube. Go on their social media or go on other sites if you want to go ahead and pull it off. But make sure that all that is in the YouTube guidelines. Okay. Because like I said, people can go ahead and get your channel shut. And if you're a small content creator and you're not making the money and you go to court, most likely you're going to lose. Or even if you don't lose, that's bad money that's you're putting out. Okay. So that's all I could say pretty much is about that, because that's their domain. They are licensed and it's their work. So you cannot think that you can use it just because, oh, it's out there and I want to go ahead and put that person, to blast. But also when it comes to all the stuff that is going on, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. How your channels are being not monetized, or some of your channels are being demonetized. Some of you guys are getting strikes. Some of you guys, your channels are being taken away. And the ones that's also reporting it, and if they are subscribers, just say that they are subscribers to this content creator, and this content creator is telling you to go and strike other people or don't watch their channels, they also can lose their channels as well. Let me go ahead and say it again. Just for instance, and I'm not going to go ahead and say names, because also I had gotten my channel struck just because I went ahead and tagged a content creator's name on my thumbnail. Yes, I had got a strike. Which I went ahead and I appealed it, and YouTube went ahead and took it off, because they know now with this new system that YouTube have, how many people interact with your channel. And they knew that when I went ahead and appealed it, I showed them that I never once interact with this other content creator. So they went ahead and they removed it. But still of all, I had to go through the process. And when you appeal it, you have to make a small little video. You have to write a pretty much an essay of how you create your channels. Is a lot of work. So you have to ask yourself, is it worth it? But you cannot even hashtag their name, because they're going to look at it as a sign of bullying. If this person write YouTube and say that this person is bullying and harassing, and they know that their name is on your thumbnail, YouTube is going to look at you, side with them. And that's real talk. I'm not telling you no lie. So be careful with that. But if that content creator, make sure that you log down everything, screenshot everything. So when you go to court or you have to appeal it with YouTube, you got that information that that content creator has sick his subscribers on you, telling them you cannot tell. I cannot tell none of my subscribers, don't go and visit this channel. Go and strike this channel. That's a violation. That is a violation. You cannot do that. Read YouTube guidelines. If you are sincere about your channel and you want to see your channel grow, you have to know YouTube guidelines. A content creator cannot, listen to me real good. A content creator cannot tell no subscribers to not support another platform. They cannot do that. And YouTube has a way because, like I said, everything is recorded now. What we used to get away with, we cannot get away with it anymore. What we used to get away with, it's not going to work, not these days, because everything is recorded. Everyone that comment, their name is recorded. The time, the date is all recorded. So if that content creator is telling other people to unsubscribe or to sick the dogs, make sure you recorded all of that. Make sure, like I said, what goes around comes around. Sometimes we have to be careful when we dig in ditches. So if they are out there and they feel that, oh, are they untouchable because they have a huge platform, no, you're gonna be hit the hardest, because the ones that's coming after you really does not have anything to lose. And I know you guys know exactly who I'm talking about. But what about these platforms that got thousands of subscribers? You got so much to lose. So you have to ask yourself, is it worth it? You have to ask yourself, is it worth it? That you sicken your dogs. And if you are doing it on your platform, even in the comments, that's not going to go away. It's in the atmosphere. It's not going to go away. You're going to be accountable for it. You're going to be accountable for it. So you better make sure that your T's is crossed and your I's is dotted. So right here, guys, if you're just coming on, this right here, I'm just giving you a breakdown of when it comes to copyright infringements and the guidelines of YouTube, the do's and the don'ts, But, like I said, make sure if you say that you are content creators, make sure you have your own work. Don't go on people's platform and take their intellectual property. Because when mad day come, I promise you, they going to sit there and they're going to strike it. And that's real talk. Hey, Jacqueline Moore is in the house. So guys, make sure you go ahead and support this channel. I see only 9 people. See, that's why I sit there and say you got a lot of haters. You don't know who for you and who against you. That's why I don't really do collabs, because I know when I do collabs, with people, and that's a part. Let me go ahead and talk about that. How you go on other people's channels and they tell their subscribers to go and support you. That can be a good thing, and that could be a bad thing, because when you mad with that content creator, they gonna unsubscribe to you. So the best thing to do, build your own platform. It might take a little longer, but make sure, that when you on, it's because that's what you love to do. Just like when it come to me, sometimes I may have whatever, but I still come on, rain, sleep, snow, whatever. I still come on because what I do, I enjoy doing what I love. Okay. So that's right there, guys. That's the pros and the cons when it comes to all this infringement, using other people intellectual property. This right here, is just some tips, of what to do and what not to do, when it comes to all this right here. Because, I know that, some people, this is their livelihoods. Some people, they don't have a 9-to-5 job. They doing good and making pretty good, decent money when it comes to, setting up that platform. But also, YouTube consider this as a friendly platform, guideline where, when it comes to the cybering, bullying, and the threatening and harassing, that's, against YouTube guidelines. So we have to make sure that we follow that. I see Country Girl says a job I wouldn't want to do. Yep. So, but it's some people, like I said, they love it. They enjoy doing it. Some people are very creative when it comes to their their channels. I really enjoy it. I'm not going to tell you no lie, but like I said, I still have to find my audience. I haven't really found my audience because the sector that I'm in, I really don't like that, because like I say, when it comes to these reality shows, you know exactly how I feel when it comes to these reality shows. I like to talk about historian, especially when it comes to Black history or, my spirituality. That's what I really like to talk about. It's so much stuff that is going on in this world, where we don't have to just sit on our soapbox, tearing down. But, like I say all the time, if I'm going to tear down, I'm also going to go ahead and build up, but don't use these people content and tear them down. Don't do that. If you do sit there, you want to be a reactor, do reaction videos, make sure you title, when you your thumbnail, reacting, reactor videos. Just make sure you label that. Just like if I'm going to do comedy, I'm going to hashtag comedy, satire videos, so make sure you title that so they'll know that when you are making your videos, hey, I am a reactor. So just make sure you put hashtag reactor. Just go ahead and do that. So what you are doing right there, you are, covering yourself. And that's pretty much is the bottom line. But like I said, it's enough room for all of us. Ain't nobody have no business being jealous, tearing down people's channels. It's enough room for everyone. But you cannot use these people intellectual property. You cannot say, oh, it's a clip that I like, and I just go ahead and I post and just call it a day. No, nah, you didn't go out there and you didn't put in the work. So, don't cry when YouTube go ahead and take your channel down. But if you use a little clip, because like I said, everybody, even when it comes to the news, just like I said, when they make their videos, they do use clips, but they make it their own. And when I say make it their own, they don't go and use these people content from the beginning to the end. They only use a little snippet, just a little snippet to go ahead and get their point across. So make sure you be careful, guys. Make sure, and then also again, guys, make sure you put your banner up. So that's pretty much, let me see if I went ahead and cover everything, because I went ahead and I put some bullet points to make sure that I cover everything. But don't let nobody bully you, trying to shut you up, telling you, oh, uh, if you do this, if you use my name, if you sit there and you use say this, and I'm gonna threaten you, and I'm gonna sick my dogs. Don't sit there and let these people bully you, because 9 out of 10, the reason why they doing that, because they sitting there, they thinking that, oh, just because they are, a huge content creator, that they can, bully you, they can pull their weight. No, they cannot do that. They have to be within the YouTube guidelines, just like you. And some people, they would try to even expose you because they don't want you to sit there and expose the dirty work that they doing. So quite obvious, they'll sick their dogs on you, just like the stuff that I've been seeing this week, how people doing some dirty underhanded stuff, and just because content creators, shining a light on that, then the first thing they want to say, oh, we're going to go ahead and we're going to shut that channel down. Well, you doing dirty work, if you out there, you using your platform to sit there and commit a fraud, especially when it comes to the GoFunding and you using your subscribers to send you this, and it's not even getting to the people that you supposed to be sending it to, then they gonna call you out. And you cannot get mad and say, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna shut that channel down. No, it's not gonna work like that, because 9 out of 10, you bring in attention to yourself as well. Because YouTube gonna sit there and they're gonna question it. Why is this person is setting a GoFunding every chance that they get? And where's the money going to? And especially when it's coming from different countries, that's a red flag as well. So, like I said, be careful when you throw a rock, because when you throw a rock at someone, 9 out of 10, a big brick is going to come back to you. So you're going to have to be careful of that. And that's real talk, But like I said, you cannot pull your weight around and thinking that, oh, I'm going to shut this person down. You cannot do that because they are reactors. They are reactors. So if they are reactors, then they have a job to do as well. But make sure you make it your own. Just make sure you make it on. So I just hope that when it comes to all this information that I went ahead and gave you guys, when it comes to the copyright infringement, the strikes, and this right here, I would consider this as, what not to do and what to do. This right here is what I call copyright 101. So I hope you guys have gotten, some information out of this, but don't let these people bully you. If that's what you want to be a reactor, then go ahead and do it. But make sure you within the YouTube guidelines. Don't let these people bully you. Don't let these people threaten you. Don't let these people think that, oh, now, hey, I cannot say anything. No, like I said, they are under the rules as well. They go down as well. And they going to go down even harder, especially when they have thousands of subscribers. They got more to lose than what you do. Okay. But just do it the right way. Do it in decent and in order. But don't let these people sit there and think that they can just go ahead and bully you. Okay. So guys, yeah, thank you for coming on. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and do another live at 5 o'clock talking about some real issues, things that is going on out there. Make sure that you support me at 5 o'clock. But like I said there and say, this is a must. This is a must. And I thank God for all the content creators that's out there that's, doing the work, and I pray that your channels be blessed. I pray that your channel prosper, but, make sure you do it within the YouTube guidelines. Like I said, this might be our platform, guys, but this is not our house. So if this is not our house, then we're going to have to abide by their rules. And, they have rules. Now, until we build our own house, we can do what we want, say what we want, and kick our legs up, but within here, we have to abide by the rules. But don't let these people bully you just because they got a huge platform. Don't let these people bully you. If you some things that you see, and especially when you know that it's not right, shine the light on them. Shine the light on them. You could talk all day. You can talk all day, how long you feel like it. But make sure when you talk, make sure, like I said, hey, if it's third hand information, just say allegedly. Put up this. This is what I usually do. This is exactly what I do. I got everything. I say all is allegedly. Just put all in alleged. So if they try to sit there and come back at you, you can sit there and say all is allegedly. Put up your fair use. Don't be like some people, they so prideful where they hate to say that all is allegedly or all is for entertainment purpose only. Don't be ashamed to say that. They love to come out and say exclusive, but if you got hard facts, then hey, you can come out all day. If you went and you have videos of that person and you went actually took the video, then you can post that because that's your intellectual property. That's your intellectual property. So don't let these people sit there and bully you and tell you you cannot use it. Oh, I'm tired of you using my stuff. I'm tired of you talking about me. Like I said, you are a content creator. You are a public figure now. So if you're a public figure, you are free game. You can't tell people to stop talking about you. Oh, I'm tired of people talking. No, you put yourself out there. People is not going to paint no lilies and flowers and put you on that pedestal. Come on, you got another thing coming. Much is given, much is required. So if you are a public figure, as you claim you are, then people can react. People can talk about you. This is public speech, freedom of speech. Freedom of speech. You can't sit there and tell people how to talk about you. Not everybody is not going to glorify you. Not everyone is going to go ahead and put you on that pedestal. You are free game. So you cannot tell people. Now, when it comes to children, I don't mess with children. Now, I feel that, when you talk about the people's children, that's you drawing the line. But if you put your child out there and they want to sit there and they want to make videos out there, I wouldn't post their pictures. But if they blot it and blur it out, then, hey, you put it out there. You can't get mad because you putting it out there. But I want to sit there and I want to say this before I close. I got 8 more minutes, Country Girl, and because when Country Girl put another great live, that's it right there, okay? But I want to go ahead and I want to say this right here. You have to be careful, especially the hands that have fed you. You have to be careful because the same ones that you coming against is the same ones that can make your life a living hell. And you know exactly who I'm talking about. Especially when your whole entire community came and helped you to build what you have. And do you think that just because you have arrived and you got what you want, that you can shut the door, especially when you shutting the doors of the people that got you and you going out there and you pouring to people that never even said there put a nail into what you have built? That the ones that's helped you there won't tear that whole entire house down. Them carts will fall, I promise you. Because one thing that I know when it comes to karma, karma does not play. Karma does not play. What goes around comes around. So you have to be careful. You have to be careful how you think that you can get over people, especially people that was there at the beginning, people that was in the fire with you. See, people forget about that. The ones that's been in the fire with you because they think that, oh, now, hey, I can sit there. I have arrived. So I can go out there and squatter everything with people that really are vampires, spiritually vampires, people that will suck the life out of you. It's sad when we put our foot on the ones that help us get there to go run after people that didn't even sit there, put not one nail into what you built. But they'll put that nail in your coffin, so you better be careful because, like I say, when it comes to karma, karma does not play. Especially when you know that most of the people that came and help you get what you got because they wanted to see you prosper, because they know when you prosper that they were going to prosper, they was going to come up as well. So don't sit there and close the doors on the same ones that help you get there, because like I said, much is given, much is required. Much is given, much is required. And what goes around is going to come back. And you never want when it come back, because one thing I always tell you, when it comes to karma, karma does not play, which I'm not really into karma. I believe that you reap what you sow. So don't think that, oh, now I can sit there and I could shut them down because I went ahead and I shut all their channels down. You can't shut everybody down from talking about you because, like I say, it's freedom of speech. You can't control everyone. Because I promise you, the same ones that you're trying to tear down, they'll come back around and they'll tear you down as well. It will be like the blind leading the blind. So you have to ask yourself, is all that worth it? You have to ask yourself, is all that worth it? So don't go out there and gloat and sit there and say, I shut these channels down. Don't go out there and gloat, because you better make sure your hands is clean as well, because people are taking notes. Somebody is watching. The watchers is being watched. I know you heard that before. The watch are being watched. Somebody's always got their eyes on you and taking notes. And especially when your hands is not clean. And that's all I can say about that, guys. I'm definitely done. So I done went through everything. All the thing that I can sit there and say, guys, yes, you can. Yes, you can be a reactor. Reactors, some of them, I know that they doing really good, but make sure you don't go out there and take their content, their intellectual property, and especially if you're going to use it against them, it's not going to work. It's going to always fail. But when you come on your platform, you can use within the copyright guidelines, but don't go on that channel to get it. And if you do go on that channel get it, just use a still picture and you can talk about it all day. Or I saw some of them, they use the videos and they use their phones and they talked about it. Or just go ahead and just fuzz the picture up, butcher the picture up and put it on there. But make sure it's in within the YouTube guidelines. But don't let these people bully you, especially when you got your foot on their neck. Don't let them bully you because you think that, oh, I got a huge platform and I can sit there and I can scam and fraud and think that people is not going to say anything because, oh, I control. No, you don't control. This is not your house, boo-boo. This is not your house. This belongs to YouTube. They just happen to be allowing you to be partnership. But I promise you, enough people start sitting there and reporting you, YouTube gonna start checking you. So that's why I sit there and say, let dogs lie. Don't start opening up can of worms. And that's real talk. So guys, like I said, this right here is free. Most people, they sit there and they charge you. They charge you for this information, but all this stuff is already out there. Go and check out the YouTube guidelines of what to do and what not to do. I only can tell you guys what I've been through. I only can tell you what I've been through because I was demonetized. I did lost my channel, but I went ahead and I cleaned it up and I know what to do and what not to do. But don't let these people threaten you saying that, oh, I'm going to shut you down because you talking about me. Talk is cheap. People can talk how much they want. This freedom of speech. You can't shut nobody down. In that case, everybody going to be shut down. You show me a channel right now that did not ever use other people content. But the thing about it, they didn't use it on YouTube. They go out there on other sites and they stay within the copyright guidelines. And that's all I'm saying, the copyright guidelines. So let's go ahead and read this one more time because I got 2 more minutes. And after that, I can go ahead and shut it down. I usually comes on and stay just an hour. And make sure when you come on, if you are a reactor, this is what you could do. And I promise you, you won't have no problems with YouTube. Title it as a reactor. So when you do your thumbnails, if you don't have enough room to put it as your title, then put it on your thumbnail. I am a reactor videos. All this is allegedly or for entertainment purpose only. If you get it from a third-hand information, but make sure you open up with your fair use banner. Make it go across. I keep mine across. But you are under, this is your disclaimer. You are under Section 107. Now, I don't know about all different states, but I know right here when it comes to the United States, make sure you check what your laws is in your country. But right here in the United States, we are under Section 107 of the Copyright Act. Allowance is made for fair use. So what is fair use? Fair use is that you can use a snippet within the YouTube guidelines for purposes such as criticism. So if I sit there and I come on, and if I want to go ahead and criticize, I can do it, but make sure it's not bullying and make sure that it's not harassing. For comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. So that's it right there. So they cannot use it against you guys. They cannot use it against you. And that's the bottom line. So I hope all you guys sit there and get this information. I hope, that you can learn something from it. And make sure you guys come on. I'm going to go ahead and close it down because I'll be back on at 5 o'clock Central. I'll be on in about 2 more hours, and I want to go ahead and talk about some things that that I am passionate about when it comes to my community. So, as my girl would say, country girl, great live, unapologetic, real talk. Everyone enjoy the rest of your evening. Stay safe, stay prayed up, and God bless you all. Also, she says, thanks again for everyone coming and liking. Uh, likes, share, subscribe. Yes, indeed, guys. So, you all be blessed. Enjoy the rest of your day. And know that no devil in hell, what they try to do to you, will prevail. Make sure that your hands are clean before you try to sit there and throw rocks at somebody else, okay? Because of what goes around comes around. And that's real talk. So, guys, you all be blessed and enjoy the rest of your day.